As we go into 2026, I look at myself and say, how much did you get done last year, Sean? The answer really surprised me. First up, let's look at a project that was not started last year, but it's carried over from years before, and this is the construction vehicles. And we made a couple of new blocks on this one here. I made this beautiful little dump truck. I think this one's really neat. And then some of the others we've made in the past are the excavators. I think I made these last year, although it could have been the year before. I really don't remember. And then this one here was made in a previous year as well. I love making all the new and shiny things, so I never say to myself I'm not going to make anything new, although I don't know that I've started anything new for 2026, which is really fun. So what did I start last year? The first project I started last year was one that I had laying around the pattern for almost 2 years and almost got rid of. This is Toasted a Dragon by Legit Kits, and so we've made some decent amount of progress. I think I've made about maybe a third of it throughout the year. I have it all in this binder. It makes it so much easier. Stay tuned as we continue through this project. I figure it's probably going to take me another year or two, so we'll probably talk about it again next year. Last January, my friend Katie from Greenland Quilters said, hey, let's do these projects together and make these FPP things. And I was like, I really don't want to, but she thought it was a good idea. And I had a gift card, which allowed me to buy this, so I gave it a go. And after doing it, I loved it. I'm so glad I did it. It's such a fun project, and it's very mindless, and it's a great way to learn FPP. So these are just some of the stars that I've made. I'm just going to show them real quick. A lot of you have seen my podcasts in months past. I thought I'd just show you again real quick. Love all the different colors. I've used batiks, I've used solids, I've used Kona sheen, all sorts of stuff. And then these are some of the courthouse steps as well. These are all Tula so far. This is Allison Glass. These are some random batiks I've got. More Tula. Got just a few more to show you. And you can make these either into a quilt, or as I plan to do with these two, and I've already done with one of them, a cushion cover. This is what I made here. I actually entered this into the state fair last year and picked up a second place prize for it as well. So, you know, that's always a wonderful option. Also, about this time last year, my friend John at East Quilting Co started a new sew-along called the Farm Fresh Sampler, and I've made some of the blocks so far. I'm about halfway through this project. I've had a lot of fun with this here. I'm using my own fabrics. It was meant to be a 2-color quilt, but I wanted to be a little extra and add my own colors, and I'm really happy with the progress so far. That's the little horse. And then this one is a goat and some chickens, tulips, turnips, although I think I made mine into beetroot and some eggs. Loved using the ombre fabric at the bottom for those eggs. I think it turned out really nicely. This one is a sheep along with some sprouts. And then another chicken with some love hearts and some darker eggs and a nice milk can. I love the fabric I used here. It was a gift from one of my viewers. It almost looks metallic. I think it turned out really nice there. And then the final block for this one is another pig with some carrots here. I'm surprised the carrots are safe with the little pig. I believe it was last spring that East Quilting Co brought out another wonderful pattern called Anna Green Gables based on this book, and I actually made the first block and then haven't made this since, but I hope to get back to this very soon. And looks lovely with these beautiful colors. I think a lot of these are Riley Blake. I forget what I used for the background, but it turned out really nicely, and that's how she looks there. East Quilting Co also brought out another wonderful pattern called Halloweenies, and this is a Halloween themed quilt with Darksons, which was right up my alley. So I've made a couple of the blocks. This is the first one here of all the different pieces of candy. There's 2 on those, 1 on each side of the quilt. This is the Skelloween. I absolutely love this one here. This was a lot of fun to put together. A lot of pieces, but it wasn't as difficult as I thought it was going to be. And then I also made the Ghost Ween. I think this one's really cute as well. There's also another one, which is a pumpkin ween. I'm going to put a photo up here as well, because we actually turned that into a wall hanging. At some point during the year, I'll remake that block to go into this quilt. I forgot I had one more project that came over from a previous year, and it's almost done, and that's the 100 Acre Woods by East Quilting Co. And this is the blocks we've made so far. All I have to do is put it all together, a little bit more hand stitching. This is the balloon with Winnie the Pooh, Christopher Robin, and Piglet, I think, are together in this one. I'll get it right here in a minute. Here we go, Christopher Robin and Piglet, standing on the honey pots. I'm still working on some of the hand embroidery, so some of the honey isn't quite finished. You can see Wise Owl there. Eeyore is a lot of people's favorite. This block was super fun. I love how the bees are taken off with poor old Eeyore's tail. I mean, it's sad for Eeyore, but it's a cute effect. Then we have Rabbit right here. I actually got more of the hand stitching done than I thought I did, so that's a good thing. These videos really do help you realize that you've done more than you thought you did. And then Tigger here as well, he's on a branch. It's going to look really neat at the end. And last but not least, my friend Kanga and Roo. Love this one. Being Australian, it's one of my favourites. And this project actually is not by Art East, it's by Elizabeth Hartman. It's called Dog Park, and we're about 2/3 of the way through. It's a bunch of different dogs. I love this one here. Most of these dogs have names. I think this one's called Lucky. It's a little Chihuahua. And then the Corgi, I cannot remember his or her name, but I think that one turned out really nice. I love the colours on that one. They did a really good job picking out the colours and the fabrics for this here. A lot of it's Riley Blake, yarn dyed Essex and so forth. I forget what this one's called. I think it's a Labradoodle. Can't remember the dog's name. And then this cute little one here, the little Boston Terrier. Turned out super cute as well. This is probably my favourite right here, the Dachshund, but I'm also partial to those dogs. And then the big Labradoodle here. I think that's the last one we've made. We've got like 3 or 4 more left to do. So in addition to working on different blocks, I also completed quite a few quilt tops, and I was surprised to see as many quilt tops completed as I actually did. The first one I want to show you is the produce section by Elizabeth Hartman. This one was such a fun little project. It has all different colors. I've used solids, I've used batiks, some ombre fabrics. I just think this one turned out really nicely. It's hard to show the whole thing, so I'm going to show a photo right up here for this one here. Next up is another one by Elizabeth Hartman, and this is the Farm Fresh, I think it's called, and I know it's the same name as the other one from Art East. And this one turned out really nice. So this is actually the second time I've made this one. I made it for a baby shower gift for a co-worker of mine a year or so ago, and then I went ahead and remade it last year with my friend Tammy over the Siberian Wind. This is such a fun project. Will I do it a third time? Who knows? I also completed 2 quilt tops for the Puzzle Mystery Quilt by Cotton Cuts. The first one was Wild West. This was called the Tombstone colorway, and it was a bunch of, I think it was Eric Holtz. Anyway, this is the pattern right here. This is one that Amber over at So Majestic picked for me. This is not one I would have picked for myself, but I really enjoyed it. And the one I just finished a couple of months ago was the Calf Facet one for Flyway, I think the color, the quilt design was called. And this was the Flamingo colorway. I'll put photos up here again to show you, because it's really hard to show you on one of these screens right now. At the beginning of last year, I was putting together the 12 days of stitches, and it took me maybe 7 or 8 weeks because I got distracted. Anyway, I did get the whole quilt top put together, and all I need to do now is find some backing fabric and put it all together. I think this one's really cute. This one will probably end up in our living room for the kids or Amanda and I to use. And then also I made another quilt for one of our kids. This is for our first child, Misha, and each one is an applique block. And this kind of shows you just the different parts of the world that she got to see while she's here in the US. Again, I'll put a photo of the completed quilt up here because there's like 65 blocks on this. And I actually surprised myself on just how many completed quilts I did as well. The first one was a Hunter's Star. That was a retirement gift for a dear co-worker of mine who retired about this time last year. It was a lot of fun to put together. It was actually had the quilt top put together, and I was able to quilt it really quickly because the retirement came up a lot quicker than we expected it to. I also completed a couple of t-shirt quilts. I'm going to put photos up here for you to see those. And then I also made 2 more quilts for our current exchange students, Lily and Nadi. And I made Lily's in all pinks because she loves everything pink. And then Nadi was more a pastel girl, so hers is there. And I love seeing them being used on their beds every night. It's really nice to see when people actually use your quilts. I also created a quilt for the state fair. As you can see hanging behind me here, it picked up 2nd place at the state fair. I'm so proud of them, and honoured by that. I'm very surprised actually, because the competition there is really tough. And then I also did another wonderful quilt here for Quiltmas, the 12 days of Quiltmas. I enjoyed this. I did 12 different blocks. They were all presents using different fabrics, and also tried to tie in my home country tradition of having Christmas in the middle of summer. And then I made a couple of wall hangings as well. I'm going to put photos of those up here for you as well, and then some of the cushion covers that I made, because making cushion covers is quick and easy, a great way to use orphan blocks and that sort of thing there as well. Well, that is it for 2025, what I've achieved, and now it's time for me to set myself some goals. What do I want to do in 2026? Well, I'm not going to tell myself that I'm not going to start anything new, because I love new and shiny stuff, and I'm going to start stuff new. So I'm going to tell myself this. I want a net loss. I'm going to count up how many projects I have. I haven't done that yet. That's for a later video. And at the end of this year, I want to have less projects than what I started with. So if I start a bunch of new stuff, I've got to finish a bunch of stuff. What is your goals for this year? Try and be realistic. Give yourself a goal that you can do. If you want to challenge yourself and make it difficult, great, go for it. But don't make it so hard that you're disappointed at the end. And again, it's a goal. If you don't make it to the goal, and you only make it 75% of the way, it's a lot closer than you were when you started. So don't worry about it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please let me know in the comments. Tell a friend. I always love hearing comments from my viewers. I hope you'll have a great day. Happy sewing, and go check out the video from last year to see what I did in 2024. Happy sewing. We'll see you next time. Bye.